Hey guys, this is Ilko from Grow My Mail, and in this video we are going to try to figure out why this brand over here is only generating 6% of its revenue through email marketing. So we're going to do an audit of this brand. Keep in mind this video is going to be a very uncut, very raw kind of footage to understand what is going on. Now, one of the first things that I can see over here is that campaign and flow revenue is very unevenly distributed, meaning that 89, almost like 90% of the revenue is coming from flows, and like only 10% of it is coming from campaigns. So that's the first kind of an area that I would look at to understand where the problem might be coming from. Now, granted, even with flows leading the revenue attribution, this number should be closer to 15 to 20%, even if it were just pure flow revenue. I can see that the revenue per recipient is not terrible. So what this may be telling me is that the brand may be new to the market, and therefore I can only see they only have like 15,000 profiles. And I'd like to understand how the list has been growing. Okay, all right, okay. They're growing at like, over the past 7 days, there is 1,000 new subscribers. Let's see the last 30 days. Okay, so subscribers are up like 30%, 4,000 new subscribers. So I remember the client mentioning on our intro call that it's been just 4 months of them sort of it's been just 4 months of them really starting to scale the program. So I see at 4,000. Okay, let's see in the last, since October until now. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that they started like doing this right over here. I can see that the subscribers are growing pretty steadily, to be honest, but I also saw that the welcome flow is not generating as much revenue. So let us try to understand why that is the case. Plus 30 days. And then checkout, cart abandonment. So welcome series, smart flows, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So that was for Black Friday. Let's see, potentially. But still, even if it were Black Friday was like a month ago. Oh, I see. It was turned off the other day. Last 30 days, like 6K people. Let's see, last 7 days, nothing. When was this flow turned off? Let's see that. Yeah, let's see, month to date, maybe. Month to date. Oh yeah, it generated revenue. Let's see last week. Last week, no revenue. So it was probably turned out. Let's see this week. Oh, there you go. Let's see this to this stage. Okay. This to this stage. This to this stage. It was probably turned off on Monday or Sunday. Okay. So it was turned off on the 15th. Okay, so the other flow was probably turned on the 15th. So that has been the generated revenue for the past 2 weeks, which is not terrible. So I assume that from the 15th to the 29th is when this revenue was generated. Yeah, pretty much pretty much not bad. Emails 2 and 3 are not performing too well. This one's not bad. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, probably be a better idea to put bestsellers over here with the CTA underneath each of them. These CTAs here might be distracting, and you might want to keep them consistent to see if that improves performance. That is consistent with shop with 100% off. But that's not really, I don't see this as being a huge issue at the moment. Let us see. What is that in terms of revenue per recipient? 232. 483. Something's off here. Because it looks like in the past 2 weeks, there's only been 483 people that were added to this flow. Which is not, or at least let's see, sign up forms. Not bad performance of the sign up form. Let's see the mobile. Last 7 days. Oh, there you go. If we go, Why was this form not live before? Weird. Let's see. Step 1. If we remove this name field over here, that might increase the conversion. You are set. Enjoy 100% off your second item on all your favorites. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see the teaser. 100% off. That makes sense. Let's see the targeting and behavior. Okay, I see there is no exit intent welcome flow at the moment, meaning that this is only showing to people after 15 seconds of scroll. I would probably recommend for a brand this size for this to be A/B tested against something like 10 seconds. I would even suggest going on Google Analytics and checking how much time people actually spend on the website and then adjusting this timing accordingly. So for example, if they spend 24.7 seconds on average on this website, then we want this form to show up before they leave, right? So like maybe 20 seconds in or 15 seconds. But if they are, for example, spending an average of 7 seconds, that means that most of them are never even going to see this pop-up, right? And if they're exiting the page, then they're definitely not seeing this pop-up. So just by creating an additional exit intent welcome flow, they could be capturing an extra, I don't know, probably an extra 50% of the subscribers are capturing at the moment. Let's see targeting. Oh, it looks like they have multiple stores. I wonder why they wouldn't want to show it to the different stores. That is something for me to discuss with the client. Good. So there is definitely opportunity for improvement when it comes to this sign up form. I would probably improve this messaging over here. This might piss off some clients, so this would definitely need to be A/B tested. This CTA here, I would recommend A/B testing with something like send my 100% off. And then I would recommend A/B testing, removing this name, just collecting the email address, and then yeah. If they're getting a lot of spam complaints, which I'll double check in a second, I would recommend including something like check spam for your email over here as a message. Something along the lines of check spam, mark email as not spam to get your discount. Now let's see. 400 people. Christmas. So this was the one that was done for Christmas. Okay. That was the one. But where did it send subscribers to? Which list? Smart flows. Christmas. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see. Is there a smart flow that's called Christmas? I don't think so. Not really. So is it possible they were welcome? Yeah, it looks like it was the same welcome. Let's see, last 30 days. BFCM lists. I want to understand where this form was adding subscribers to. Email opt-in, claim your free product. List to submit Christmas. I don't really see this list triggering off of any of these welcome flows, which is a very beginner mistake, unless there was a specific reason as to why that was the case, but I wouldn't really, I mean, I don't see any flow over here that is triggered by this list Christmas. Let's see, maybe there is something that I am not seeing. Unless the client deleted the flow. No, I don't see any flow that is supposed to be doing that. Okay, so that's one thing that I would definitely call out. They are promising people 100% off, but people are not actually receiving the discount. Now they are because there's a new pop-up, but I want to understand what happened with the Christmas guys because that's like 1,400 people. Let's see, last 30 days. Yeah, in the last 13 days, 30 days, that could have converted. You know, if 5% of their conversion rate is an extra, however much, 5% of, so 10% is 100 people, 150, so 5% would be 75 people. 75 extra people that would have converted immediately just from the welcome flow if that one thing was in place. That's one thing for me to call out with the client directly on our call shortly. And then this is in terms of the welcome flow and the sign-up form experience. I would like to understand why this number is so low as well. Mm. Mm. I'm not sure if there's probably the product that they left in their cart over here, but I would probably A/B test this against something that we've already found to work, and that is displaying the product that the person has been shopping for. But I can't see that because I don't have an edit access over here. So that is something that I'd like to address directly with the client. I assume that most of these people have failed flow filters. Let's see the last 30 days performance. If I compare that to the performance of our 7 and 8 figure brands, it's just not there. Yes, see, this is look fresh without the fuss, complete your order. Yeah, but we can't see the order. You want to see the dynamic block right over here without even needing to scroll. So this could be broken apart into like multiple sections. Perhaps with like a white line over here. Something else. You know, that's fine, but I don't see the actual. Let us actually compare this. Okay, I want us to compare this with another 7-figure brand that we manage. Actually 8-figure brand. Oh man. Oh, I think that their abandoned checkout is not on this. Yeah, I can definitely see 2 times higher place order rates over here. So if I go back, 4.4. Thing happened. So abandoned checkout. Yeah, I can definitely see the revenue per recipient is much lower than the revenue per recipient in this abandoned checkout flow. I can see over here it is abandoned checkout $4 per recipient. Here it's like not even 2. So like 2 times worse performance. And I want to double check this against another client that we manage. For this one, we really started to get some results for their abandoned checkout, abandoned cart. Abandoned checkout, yeah, $3 over here. So overall, abandoned cart, $3. Yeah, per recipient. Yeah, I can see that overall, their abandoned checkout is not performing as well as it could be. This one is not performing as well as it could be either. So I don't know if there is a problem with the metric. Browse abandonment is definitely not performing the way that it could. Let's see. Browse. Yeah, I see that it could be at least 2 times better in terms of performance. Let's see. Chief. Yeah, here I see even better performance of the abandoned browse. I am assuming that the problem is similar. Post-purchase expected date of next order. How long has this flow been live? I don't see any performance. There is so many clients these guys have, and there's only 29 people that have entered this flow. It's just wrong. They've done 200K in the last month alone in sales, which means that they're not ready for this flow. Klaviyo doesn't have enough information to be able to predict when it only has the information for 29 people. And 29 of them are waiting. One was delivered, one was skipped. It's just not enough for this flow to be worthwhile, let alone this flow should have at least 2 or 3 emails that if it's 5 days before, I would do it like 7 days before, and then I would do another one 4 days before, and then I would do another one at the day of as a last chance, but definitely not one email. I'm assuming they wanted to double check and test for proof of concept. That's probably why it only has one email, but it's not the way that you want to set up this flow. At this point, with not enough information, and flows are not smart flows, predicted next date, placed order. Yeah, you want to do it on something like placed order. Wait 20 days. Is it actually 20 days? You have no data over here. What is happening? There's no people. Allow re-entry. Placed order 0 times. So what happened with this flow was never live in the first place. This is a better idea. I wonder why it never got tested. So that's it in terms of flows. I can see that there is problems in terms of flows could be optimized for better performance across the board. I don't even know if the post-purchase flow has... It only has one email. This is funny. There was no upsells, no nothing. No, this first email, you really want it to be like a thank you note from the founder, very genuine, saying, hey, we appreciate your business, text only. This email would be like the second or third email in this flow. It's probably a great step-by-step guide, don't get me wrong. So what I'm saying, and it's probably incredibly useful. I can see it's really well designed and everything, but it's not getting results. And the reason why it's not getting results is because this is not where you want this email to be. This email, you want it to go out probably, I would say, I don't know, like a couple of days after they've placed an order. If it takes like 4 days for it to arrive, maybe on day 2, I would say if it takes 7 days, maybe on day 3 or day 7, that depends on the customer lifecycle journey, but definitely not here. I wouldn't recommend that. Also, I see no emails that are inviting people to join social media to buy other products. I don't see any order edit flow, which for a brand this size, I would definitely recommend it. It's literally like you're letting people go without them spending money with you. There's people that are going to edit their orders within 30 minutes of... There's just so many things that could be improved here. Yeah, within 30 minutes of them placing an order, they can essentially edit their order. A lot of people, I myself as an online shopper, I do that all the time. Yeah, this is good. Okay, yeah, I got it. This could be better. There could be also another email over here. This one sounds like it's written with ChatGPT. See the difference with Claire. I would probably add another one email over here, and I would put this one as social proof, and the third one maybe with an additional percentage off or a free gift they're gonna get, or whatever sort of an incentive they want to use in this case. So post-purchase flow could be definitely optimized. There's an opportunity for an order edit flow to be added. There's an opportunity for for an upsell to be added over here as well. There's opportunity for flows to be elevated, definitely. Yeah, 0.22 from first purchase flow is just too low. Browse abandonment could see cart and checkout abandonment could get better metrics by getting some fixes as well. Okay, let's see what's happening with campaigns. Open rates are right. I don't understand why people are not buying from these campaigns. Probably because Engage 365, when you have a 14,000 people list and they were added in the last 90 days, not even 90 days, I would say just send to the entire list. Open rates are strong, which suggests that they could send to the entire list and monitor performance. If it doesn't dip below, 35%, 40 ideally, but if it doesn't dip below 40% or 35%, I would say keep sending to that list, because essentially you're sending to people that if they bought in the last 30 days, what are the chances they're going to buy another product? Are they using it really every day? Is it like, how many emails were sent? I can definitely see inconsistency in here. You can't send, like, you missed Boxing Day sale, which was 3 days ago, just to give you some idea. Was it Boxing Day sale? Did we send? I don't think, not with this client. We sent it with another client. Let's see, mango seasoning. Boxing Day sale. That email alone generated 26K for this client. It's just one example, right? But what I can definitely see is Smart Flows. Oh, that's probably the name of the agency. Okay. Cyber Monday. Why does the Cyber Monday email only has $300? If people are not buying, I mean, people are obviously buying, but how did it get 0 click rate? Oh, I see. There should have been a CTA over here. Click rates are all right, honestly. It's just that not enough people are receiving the emails, and I'd recommend sending to more people and more consistently. It's December. We've sent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 campaigns. For these 6 campaigns, things could be better optimized so that you're sending once per week, for example, rather than once a fortnight, right? I don't think they have deliverability problems. I think it's more of like a targeting problem. Once the list starts to get bigger and bigger, then we could potentially. I mean, it looks like it's just sale, 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 which I understand, but I mean, you want to have some sort of a. There are so many emails that you could be sending that are not just sales oriented, that are going to bring value to the subscribers, and they're going to want to get the products not only because of a sale, and it could be very well mixed with, let me just show you. Like, there are so many campaign ideas that you could be using, right? Not just sales oriented campaigns. So if you see, sales are just one of 5 different campaign pillars that we use at Grow My Mail. So in terms of education, it could be using social proof, it doesn't matter. How you can turn it into a sales email is top 5 frequently asked questions answered. That way you're tackling objections. And then there is a CTA that is shop now, etc., etc. You can just apply the exact same structure for these different types of campaigns. Now, let me see if there is anything else that I would add over here. That's it in terms of campaigns. I mean, the list is strong enough. If you're sending to 2 times more people, but you're getting more out of the campaigns, then it's worth it. Right? If you're sending 5 campaigns, each producing 5K in 1K in revenue, then that's definitely scalable. And then it's going to just keep stacking as the list grows bigger and bigger. Let me just double check what sort of a list we're sending to for these campaigns. I just don't remember all of our clients, different list sizes. So let's just curious to understand. Oh, wait. 10 times bigger list. Roughly 20 times bigger list. Yeah, so it looks like list size is really the problem here. If we have a 20 times bigger, that's going to be like 8K per email, which is not as strong, but then there is branding and other sort of stuff. Let me just double check the click rates and everything. Yeah, there is bigger click rate as well. So if you increase the click rate, then we could essentially get the exact same results as this client. So it's more of a list and a click rate problem over here. And that could be tackled with more diverse content and more people to send the content to. The last thing that I want to see over here is going to be the deliverability, but I don't think there is any problems, nothing alarming with deliverability. Let us see. Yeah, it's fine. Unsubscribe rate, that's normal. It could be better, yeah, the click rate, but it's not terribly bad. Unsubscribe rate is all right, honestly. I wonder why there are so many people that are unsubscribing. But even with so many people unsubscribing, why is the score fluctuating? It's weird to be fluctuating so much. No score in June. I don't think there were any people nothing was sent. It's October. Yeah, October is when they started sending campaigns, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. No, I wouldn't worry about that too much. I would send to the bigger list and then double check. So honestly, with all of these things, if they're taken into account, I genuinely believe this could go up to 15 to 20% easily within the next, I would say probably within the next 30 to 60 days, realistically. And then as they keep growing their revenue, then obviously this number is going to keep getting up as well. Hopefully this audit was helpful. Let me know down in the comments if there is anything else that you would do that I might have missed. And also, if you are interested in us helping you out with your email marketing, then be sure to reach out and visit our website, growmymail.com. And I'm happy to do an audit just like the one that you just watched, completely complimentary for your brand, so that you can get real clarity as to what your email channel could be generating for your business. And then you decide for yourself whether you want our help with the implementation, whether you want to implement it in-house, whether you want to get a freelancer to implement it, whatever. All you need to do if you want us to do an audit of your account is to come over here to our website, click the Work With Us button, and reach out. And we can take it from there. Thanks for your time, and I'll catch you in the next video.